Hello there guys, Wayne here from Luna's World. A Merry Christmas to you. Hope you've had a good day. And yeah, we're here in VR in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we are currently at Kai Tak. This is new scenery. So yeah, looking forward to checking this out. We're in the Bonanza, and we're just gonna go for a little flight and just see how VR is. I've been playing around with it for a few days now. Since it came out, and yeah, it's kind of like definite mixed bag for me. On the one hand, I think it's visually stunning, like a real step forward, but the performance, not great on my system. And just so you know, I'm running a 1080 Ti 7900K overclocked to 5 gigahertz, 16 gig of RAM, fast RAM. I'll show you my graphics settings as well just before we take off. And I'm running the Oculus Rift as well, so actually maybe I'll dial this down back to 60. So this is kind of my graphic settings here, mostly on medium. If there's anything that you feel like should come down, let me know. But I know that the render scaling is the pretty much #1, and the other one is volumetric clouds. So again, let's go to low because we haven't really got any clouds today. Let's see how that improves things. Resume. Yeah, I mean, the anti-aliasing, the jagged edges is really, in fact, let me just see if I can bump that up to 16, maybe this up to 4. Oh, okay, let's try that, see how that fares. All right, set some flap here, release the brake, and put some lights on. The Kai Tak scenery is really nice. Like it a lot. So yeah, I realize this is a pretty high detailed area, but I kind of wanted to show you that, test it out in a less than ideal situation. Not that I'm trying to show it off in a bad light, I just want to be truthful with my feelings. All right, here we go. It's 60. Up we go. Okay, gear up. Okay, I have to say, it's very, very juddery. The scenery doesn't look great, if I'm perfectly honest. It's quite cartoony, which is a little bit disappointing. And like I said, the anti-aliasing is just really not good. Getting dive bombed by a plane here. What is that thing? Not sure. Flaps up now. Perhaps should have done that a little bit sooner. Never mind. I mean, up in the mountains, beautiful. Really immersive. I mean, I don't know, it's such a stunning sim. When it runs, if you're outside of cities in less built up areas, it looks and feels amazing. It really does. But out here, the experience is a little bit underwhelming because of the visual fidelity and still the poor performance even given the settings. But anyway, I'm not trying to be down on it. I'm just sort of giving you my impressions, and I have followed all the guides. I want to give a shout out to Steve, actually, who has been working really hard over this Christmas period to get videos out on VR, and he's done a great job. I've read the Bang for Your Buck article as well, which I highly recommend. But it's all a bit futile. I don't know. Yes, you can get some gains, and you can get it looking. You can get the smoothness, but really at the cost of the visuals. I mean, maybe it's better if you're running a G2. I know it's optimized for that, but maybe you don't get these jagged lines, but it's just so off-putting, and it just makes me want to go back to X-Plane. It's kind of frustrating because I know how beautiful this sim is, and we can't experience it. Well, I can't experience it in VR unless I'm in a really remote area, which I'll be doing a video on because I found a really cool place that is absolutely incredible. And I think in that video it will really show the potential of VR and this sim, and that really does excite me, because I think once they have really got this thing optimized and running, it's going to be absolutely incredible. But as it stands now, in these kinds of areas, it's pretty much, I'm not going to say it's unflyable, it's just not a beautiful experience. Let me just get rid of that. You know, which is a shame. But there we are. It's the first iteration of VR, so we really can't expect too much, given that the 300 series graphics cards have just come out as well. So yeah, very exciting times ahead. But as it stands right now, in built up areas, quite underwhelming. In more remote areas, absolutely stunning. That's kind of my feeling. Right, we've got the checkerboard in sight. Oh dear. Flaps are set. Let's just give it a little more power now. Okay. Now, obviously, this is a lot more fun to do in a 747 or maybe even the Dreamliner, but I just can't run those aircraft in VR. Just for me, just the performance just is killed, so I cannot do it. I'm just trimming out here. All right, that's looking pretty good. I also feel like Saitek should be a lot more built up than this. I don't know, maybe they haven't got the the height correct of the buildings, but there's way more taller buildings than just this. But yeah, very juddery on approach at this altitude. And again, those lines, the anti-aliasing is really off-putting. Huge judders there on final, my pet hate. It's still a fun experience because it's VR, I guess. But it's also quite frustrating. Alright, come on, come on, come on. There we go. And rudder control. I'm still using my one of my axes on the Bravo throttle quadrant as my rudder, which is not ideal at all. In fact, it's pretty rubbish. But there we go. So guys, that's kind of my first impressions of VR in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In a built-up area. I'm going to be doing another video where we check out a more remote area, and the experience is really quite different, and that's what excites me the most. You know, so yeah, I hope you haven't found this video too disheartening. I think the future is very, very exciting for VR in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In fact, it is the future. It really is. But for me right now, it's just not great in these built-up areas and in airliners. But for everything else, with a bit of tweaking, with a bit of messing around, you can get it running semi-decently. And what makes up for it is the incredible visuals and the atmosphere and all of that stuff that we know and love about Microsoft Flight Simulator. So guys, that's kind of all I've got for you today, but I really do appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, hope you have had a lovely Christmas, and I'm wishing you all the very best for 2021. Let's hope it's a better year than 2020. It's been quite a year. But yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep that landing gear intact. Take care, guys. See you soon.